Reno. I just wanted to share a quick progress update. I've been doing a little bit every now and again, but I've done a little bit more today, so I was gonna update you all on the little bit of progress I've made. All right, so starting over here, I did get that other bed in here, and so now I'm kind of racing the clock because I'm trying to get these rocks moved over. So my idea is to get some weed barrier down. So I tucked it in here and I clipped it because I couldn't find my those little stake things. But anyway, I just wanted it to not, the rocks to not go under the bed, inside the bed. But then I also thought that's an opportunity to actually put some more weed barrier down. So what I've been doing today that's been wearing me out is moving these rocks over to this. And so I put some in here. Well, so I put them in here, and then I put them in this basket to shake the dirt off a little bit. But the ones on top, I don't have to do that on. The ones on the bottom, I've had to do that two-step process. But anyway, there are so many rocks. For now, I'm focused on just doing the stuff here, and I'm gonna do all the way down to here. And I would also like to get this soil moved into these beds. I'm not sure if it'll fill them both up, but it may, because this is 6x3, but actually it is low, so it's not going to fill them up, but all of it will fit into these beds. So I'll start filling them up. And one of the main reasons I want to go ahead and empty this out is because, let me step over here without falling. I've been pulling these things up, and I think this is the morning glory, and this is how deep the roots are. I've already pulled out one that was 4, maybe 5 feet long. So I'm like pulling this mess up. I took off my gloves. But anyway, I'm pulling this up, and I'm seeing where I need to get this out of here, because this is where the morning glory is going to be growing in from. So that's another reason to empty this soil. I'm going to move it into that soil. As I'm moving it, I may sift through it, at least some of it. Yeah, I'll try to sift through it. But again, I'm racing the clock because it's going to rain, I think, on Wednesday. Today's Sunday. So it's going to be rough. And if I don't finish, I'll just not finish, and I'll wait. It's going to be some more hot days that'll dry it out. And I'll just start going through the process again, because it's definitely easier to do when it's dry. I'm also going to have to move all of these rocks. You can see them. This is my drip cord, and I'm going to have to redo all of that also. Anyway, I'm going to move these rocks out of here and also put them on some wheat barrier. I'm going to have to add an extra strip because, that's not going to extend far enough. But my goal is to push this bed against these cinder blocks, or I was considering moving these cinder blocks and pushing it against the fence. I haven't decided on that yet. But anyway, I am very tired, but I did want to share some kind of progress update. It is still looking crazy out here. Yes, my yard guy still hasn't been out here. He's been over in the area. He does at least 2 other neighbors. I think it's up to 3 more neighbors at this point. So he's been here twice in the neighborhood, and I wasn't ready, but I think I'm gonna ask him to swing by whenever he can, because that back there, I can't see what's on the screen, but that grass is getting super tall. Maybe I'll do the weed eater and get it down. I'd rather he do it though, because I'm tired. And my blueberries are doing really well. I wanted them to be in this bed, but you see the weeds and stuff are coming up in that too, so I want to clean that out the same way I'm cleaning this out. So I want to move the blueberries. After all that effort I made to get them up there, hurting my back in the process, I need to get them down. And I'm assuming it should be easier to take them down than it was to get them up there. But they're kind of deep in there, so probably not. I don't know. I'm in a little bit better condition than I was when I put them up here, because I've been walking pretty much every day. But I don't know. I'm very afraid to try and lift those because of my past. And I'm gonna be cleaning up in general back here. But anyway, I'm very afraid to try and lift those because of my history of injuring my back. But I don't think I've shared anything for a while, but I did record some things. But I'll just mention what I wanted to mention. I do still have some strawberries. Very few though. This is it. I'm sure there aren't any in here anymore because it's taken over by whatever these weeds are. I mean, anyway, I'm gonna snatch these out just so they're all over. I'm hoping it's not that shrub, because there's a shrub that keeps trying to come up that I'm gonna try to cut out. That keeps trying to come up. But I had 2 shrubs back here that I had removed, but they didn't take out the stump. So anyway, as I was saying about the strawberries, those are the only ones I have. So I'm probably gonna buy some more because I do eat strawberries, and of course, whenever I buy strawberries, they don't last very long. They're like moldy within a couple of days in the fridge. So I would like to be growing a bunch of them, but I don't know how much space I'm gonna dedicate to the strawberries. I was actually tempted to just dedicate all of that, but I'm not gonna do that. I want to grow more food this year. Anyway, these are the goji berries back here. I had put 4 of them back here last year. They were little tiny plants that I got from Sam's Club. Only 3 of them survived, but look at this. And Brooke Farmer mentioned that these things are hard to contain. And this is I only needed 1 plant. But this is 3 of them, and so we'll see. But I know for sure I would much rather this be blueberries than goji berries. However, goji berries are supposed to be very good for you. I think they have, I don't know what any of the specifics are, but they're supposed to be good for you. So I kind of want something that's good for you, because I've been trying to do this whole lifestyle improvement, health improvement. Anyway, I'm still working on that. Anyway, let's see. Oh, I do still have these kohlrabi, but I think it's been too long for them. Like these, I was thinking maybe they would get bigger. They didn't. And then this one's been out here a long time, so I don't think they're any good. And this is part of the reason why I kind of wanted some birds, either chicken or quail, and I wanted them to be in this back corner. But I have likely changed my mind about that, because now, my high blood pressure, that was a problem I started having last year. And I think that's hugely because, I lost my dog my first dog, Princess, back in October 2023. Then I lost a parent last year and another relative. And I think the stress of all of that and just the horror of all of that is why my blood pressure started being bad. But now my cholesterol is also bad. So that was my point I'm trying to get to. My cholesterol now, my labs, my cholesterol is still bad. Well, it's been bad. I had improved it, and then it went back because I started eating bacon and eggs every day because I got this bright idea. People talk about that carnivore diet. Well, it's not good for me because it made my cholesterol high. And so now I'm thinking I don't want chicken because I'm not going to eat the eggs. I have over 40 eggs in my fridge right now that I'm not going to eat because of this new change that I'm making of not eating eggs. But anyway, that changes me not being able to have chickens or quail. And this kind of stuff is the stuff I wanted chickens for, so I can, not just for eggs, but so I can give them like the excess stuff from the garden. But I can use it to feed the soil. So what I'm gonna do is put a lot of this in the bottom of these beds. And I also have food scraps, of course, that I save, and eggshells and all. I have a bunch of stuff that I set aside for in bed composting, but I haven't gotten anything ready yet to be able to do it. Anyway, I got a lot of stuff, but I'm also gonna go ahead and that's what I'm gonna be doing with these things, and maybe I'll clean out that bin. I was using that trash can as a compost bin. I have 2 larger ones that I could use also, and just start doing that again, because I filled a lot of bed. I filled this bed with soil from those other 2 bins when I emptied it, and that bed also got filled with soil. Well, one of them. Anyway, the point is it definitely creates soil. Anyway, I'm past 10 minutes, but I am feeling better. I'm not well enough to do anything else tonight. I'm done. I think it's about 7 o'clock anyway, and there have been little creepy crawlies coming into my yard now. You know, my other dog, Precious, she passed away in January, and so for the first time ever, I've started noticing more of these critters in my yard, because I've always had cats come into the yard. I don't mind them. And a few times I've had opossums. Princess actually caught a baby opossum one time. I miss that dog. Well, anyway, now I've had a skunk up in my yard at least 3 times. And so that, I was actually afraid to come out here for a minute because I'm like, is it living out here? And I kind of looked around, inspected everywhere, and I'm sorry, I got me some mothballs and put them in places where it might try to live, because I'm like, that thing cannot live in my yard. Absolutely not. Anyway, I'll show you all where I think it came in. Alright, so initially I was thinking it climbed over the fence, but then I found down here on the other side there was dirt dug up, and that's how I got in. So I kind of put this little barricade down here, and hopefully that will keep it out. I haven't seen it since then, so hopefully. But anyway, otherwise, not much going on in the garden right now. I do have a very few things indoors, and that's all related to challenges. The WIG 2024 Winter Indoor Gardening Challenge, and also the Herb Growing Challenge. I have stuff for that, but I wanted to drop some seeds today. I was gonna just use some outdoor soil, but I haven't done that yet. I do have a lot of volunteers. These are all peppers, most likely. Those are peppers. All that's weeds. I still have lavender from last year, and I think this is hyssop, and that's one of my blueberries that I had bought last year. I accidentally had covered it. It was in that bed, and when I uncovered it, it had leaves, so I'm like, I'm gonna put it in the thing, put it in some soil. This is where I had the Jamaican sorrel last year, and I haven't dropped those seeds yet. I'm not sure if I'm gonna grow that, because that thing was massive, and I really don't want anything that massive in my yard. Let's see. Oh yeah, last thing. I have a lot of volunteers in here now. Oh, some of these are flowers. These are flowers, and those are cucumbers, and lemon cucumbers most likely, because those are the main ones I had. So I have a lot of lemon cucumbers, and so I am going to relocate, like this one. I'm going to try and, you know, move them to where I want them to grow, and then I'm going to, whoops, oh, all this mess getting in my head. Anyway, that is all, y'all. I'm gonna go ahead and take another water break. Thanks for watching.